Hey y'all, you are tuned in to the Powerhouse Lash podcast. This podcast is my diary to the lash community where I share my highs, lows, lessons, and rants based on my lash journey. My heart is to share the reality of what it's really like to build a lash business, and I hope this episode helps you feel seen, validated, educated, humored, and makes your lash journey a little bit easier. I'm your host, T the Brand, and I'm glad that you're here. Now, let's get to it. Hello, good people. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Powerhouse Lash podcast. I'm excited so I'm going to say I'm excited like all the time because I'm really always excited about something, but I'm excited about the episode of this podcast because I get to share my 2023 plans and what's changing in my business, what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of, as well as something that I've been asked about here more often because I cut my last two mentorship groups, but how to become a mentee in 2023. So it's a lot going on right now with this episode. I am recording for YouTube as well as on Instagram Live. Hey y'all, so that I can interact with my community on Instagram and just share the information on different platforms. So I want to talk about just recap 2022 very briefly. I may do another episode on this to go into detail, but this was a pretty good year for me. I started off the year, I was working still at a spa that I had became employed with at the end of 2021. And I left there in May. Yeah, I left there at the beginning of May. And during the time that I was there, it really gave me time to be able to focus on marketing and branding and really learning more about it and just getting it solid so that I could increase my clientele. And I have to say that had I not done that or had I not had the time to do that, where my business is, it would not be, because marketing and branding is just super important. That's how you promote yourself and your services and build trust between potential clients and just all of the things. Like, it's super important. And so I'm glad I had time to do that. I started solo lashing again in May. And since then, it's been pretty good. Of course, there have been like trying situations. I've maxed a credit card or two out, just trying to make sure that I have everything that my business needs to be able to be sustained. And then with going to LashCon, y'all, LashCon is the lash conference, and every lash artist needs to experience that. There is no other place in the world like the Lash Conference. This year was in Pasadena, California, and yesterday they dropped tickets for the first time for LashCon 2023. And right now the standard tickets are on sale for $697. Regular price, I think, is like $19.97. And so if you have it, go pay the deposit. I think it's only like 25% to like solidify your ticket, and then you can pay it off within the next 3 months. But I haven't gotten mine yet. But I'm looking forward to when I'm able to get my ticket, because I'm going back to LashCon. Like, I can't see me not going to LashCon since I've experienced it. And LashCon wasn't just like, oh, we go and we learn how to do more things with lashes. No, LashCon was focused on lash business. So if you are in a space where you want to grow your business as a business, then you definitely want to go to LashCon. It was so many speakers that weren't even lash artists, weren't in the beauty industry, that were able to, just drop some really important nuggets and pour into all of the attendees. So I highly recommend putting that on your Christmas list, on your New Year's resolution list. Like, make LashCon a part of your life if you're a lash artist. So that was a big thing for me this year, and I'm looking forward to what's happening for next year. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my 2023 plans. The first things that I am changing with my business for 2023, new prices, and that can be so scary. When you have to increase your prices for your services. But one thing is for sure, you definitely want to make sure you're being compensated for not just the work that you're doing, but the time that you're putting in it, the products that go into it, the all of the things, the trainings that you have to take to just keep your skill up or to improve skill, learn how to do a different kind of set, or learn how to invest in your business better, such as LashCon. You want to make sure that what you're bringing in is really able to offset and keep maintain what you're able to put out. So new prices for 2023. This is the second time that I have been in business, like for real, that I have upped my prices. And I say for real, because when I was in lash school, I just had some real baby prices so that I could like practice and build my skill. But when I went full time, I did up my prices. And all I remember about my prices is I went from like a volume full set was 115 and it went to 185. And I was very scared to make that change because I'm like, oh my God, people aren't used to paying this much. I'm going to lose clients. Ain't nobody going to want to book with me. They're going to think I'm too high. But you know what? That taught me that people pay for what they find value in, and what is important to them. You got the ladies who spend $500 on a wig and getting it installed, or $200 on their nails, or whatever may have you. So why do I have to pull back and make my lash business, the lesser of them? No, the women who get it, and if they appreciate the service quality, the service experience quality, hello, new body formations. If they appreciate you as a business owner, the quality of your work and just all of the things, then I mean, I ain't extorting nobody and I don't encourage, extorting nobody, but people will pay you what your services are worth. So don't be scared to do that. If it's time for you to do it, everybody don't need to up their prices at the beginning of the year. So things that made me feel like, okay, it's time to up the prices are I'm upgrading my client service experience. During the service, I'll be implementing some new things for me and my clients to do just to get them, in a more relaxed state or space before we get started with the service. I want to upgrade the way that the room looks. So adding more decoration that will help create the energy and the vibe, whatever I want my clients to feel when they come in. I want them to be able to relax and feel rested. So I want this space to look like a relaxing, resting space. We already got the feels, thank you God, because that comes from you and your authenticity and your way that you can connect with your clients, connect with your business, so that your clients feel and experience what they need to or what you want them to. So just making my space look like what I want them to feel like. Also, with inflation, the cost of lash supplies are going up. And so I don't have to re-up on lash supplies too often. And then when I do, thank God that I am a partner with my favorite lash company, which is thelashsupply.com. So I get to get 10% off of all my orders, as well as get free shipping, and they ship fast. So y'all, if y'all looking for a lash company that has great quality products, I only really use their lashes and their adhesive. I get my tweezers from Live Bay. But thelashsupply.com, if you ever shop with them online, use code T10, and that's TEE10, and you get 10% off and get quick shipping. So yeah, the cost of supplies is going up. So I need to be able to, buy supplies so that I can keep servicing my clients, as well as just the whole economic shift that we're going through. Another reason that I wanted to increase my prices is because of the time that it takes to do these services. So I feel like, there a field, you come in and it's at least an hour and a half, and when you break down the cost of a field to the time that you're doing, it's the math ain't math. And so I just did a very light increase, nothing crazy, because again, I'm not trying to extort my clients. I want them to still be able to afford the services. I know, when you're making changes, any kind of changes, you may lose people, you may gain people, everything may stay the same, but we're here for it all. Hello, Butterfly Lashes, welcome. So we're here for it all. I'm also adding new services back to the menu. So prior to 2022, I think summer 2021, I think maybe this is when I stopped, but I was doing brow threading and brow tint. So I am going to add those back to the service list for 2023. I've had some clients ask me several times about it, and then when I sent out my text messages to let my clients know, what the changes were coming to be in the new year, a lot of them have asked about the threading, and they're looking forward to having like a one-stop shop. So we're going to see how that goes by adding that back. So that's it, like with my new prices for next year. Something else that's new, I'm bringing my lash trainings back. I stopped training back in October. I think I took the trainings off of my service site, my booking site in September. But I just wanted to be able to really give my students more, and I feel like they were really getting a lot. They were getting a lot. The kits were fully loaded. The training manual had all the information. They got the social media marketing and branding class. They got lifetime mentorship, but I just want it to be more impactful. So I have added some things. The kits had like all of the necessity, like basic necessities, but now with the new kits, I'm adding everything. I'm adding the bonder. I'm adding literally everything that I use to help them really get their businesses started and going, and have everything that they need to get started. That way, if they do want to invest in other products, it's just them, kind of experimenting or upping the lashes that they may need in specific lengths. But I want them to have literally everything that they need to get started. I'll be including lunch in my trainings. They'll get my online social media marketing and branding class. That way, so the social media marketing and branding class, they were learning that stuff in person, but I really want them to have more practical hands-on time during the training. So they'll get the class. They'll get the class kind of bundled with the training, as well as continued mentorship and things as such. So I want to talk about mentorship because, again, I've shared a couple of months ago that I was opening up another cohort for mentees, and I had some ladies who missed the deadline but were still really interested, and I ended up dissolving that group. And here's the thing about mentorship. No offense to anybody that I've ever worked with. If you are listening to this, just hear my heart. I want to work with people who are ready to work. Like, I think a lot of times people get excited about help, especially when you find somebody who you see is knowledgeable or whatever the case may be, somebody you want to learn from. And I think we get excited about help, but then when we start getting the help and we don't see like immediate results, but also aren't like doing the work that the help is telling us to do, that can be really disappointing, not just for the person in the mentorship position, but also the mentee. Like, you are putting out money and you don't feel like you're getting anything from it. And a lot of people just don't work. I'm trying to make this sound real cute, but I'm just gonna have to say it. A lot of people don't be wanting to put in the work. And I only want to work with people who are ready to work, ready to risk it all. And I'm not saying that you would be in a position necessarily to have to do that, but that's what I did to get where I am. And I think people just see like, oh, she went to LashCon, or oh, this and that, and it looks all nice and glamorous, but I'm out here like busting my butt, going broke to, make this stuff work. And if there's something that I feel like is going to help me, I'm going to spend the money and invest in it. But I'm also going to apply what I'm learning from that investment so that I'm not wasting my money. So anybody who signs up for a mentorship program with me here on out, this is what that's going to look like. So first things first, they would have to take my social media marketing and branding class, because when we start going through like when we start developing our mentee and mentor relationship, a lot of what we're covering, a lot of what we're discussing is what's in that class. And I can be more impactful if you've already gone through the class and you have questions, and then I'm helping you build on what you've learned or what you have from that class. So the social media marketing and branding class will be a required prerequisite before you can be a mentee. And I am gonna bundle the class and mentorship, because at least 3 months of mentorship will be required straight out the gate. Like, you gotta pay for 3 months up front, because I need to be able to work with people again who are ready to work. And then, hey Pat, and then that 3 month time span, that's a realistic time span to start to see change. So again, this ain't no get rich quick kind of class that I'm teaching. Lash extensions is not a get rich quick kind of industry. And I hate when people, reach out to me and be like, oh, I've seen your success. Well, let me not say I hate, but let me explain. I've seen, how your business has grown and all of the things, but I'm like, this was a struggle, and it's still, a little struggle bussy. Like, every time you feel like you have hit the top of a mountain, it's the bottom of another one, because there's still so much more to learn at each new level. So I want to work with people who are really ready to do what they got to do to make it work. Like there's no easy way. It's not an instant overnight kind of thing. I can't make you fill the books, but I can give you the tools that you need to fill your own books. So yeah, that's that. My cousin said preach. No, for real. So the mentorship requirements, again, that social media marketing and branding class, upfront 3 months mentorship. We will have bi-weekly calls that are mandatory. So one thing that I've done in the past with all of my mentorship groups, I've just been like, hey, if you need me, I'm here. Text me, call me. We can set up time to talk and, whatever you need, unlimited calls. And guess people didn't take advantage of that. And I'm like, I can't see me being in a position to where I was like so serious and just really, I don't know, energized to have help, and then I get the help and I don't use the help. And that's frustrating for me as a mentor, because I really want to see people grow. Like, I'm really pouring into people, because if I can figure it out and make it work, I can give you the game and help you make it work. That way you don't have to struggle as much. And when I'm putting out and nothing's being applied, it just makes me feel like you ain't ready, and I don't want to waste my time. So those two calls a month, bi-weekly calls for the first 3 months. Well, every month that you're a mentee, but 3 months is mandatory. Those are we have to make those, and those calls are for progress and for checkup and for accountability that everybody says they want to have. So that's a thing. And then also with the mentorship, we'll have a monthly master class. So we'll get on Zoom, depending on how many mentees there are. It may be a FaceTime call if it's just like a one-on-one thing, but whatever. We'll have a masterclass every month, and this is to cover different topics that you need for your business, or just general information about business stuff to help you grow. So that is that with my mentorship program. I'm looking forward to working with new ladies and working with ladies or guys who are really ready to put in the work to get where they want to be in their businesses. So another thing that I'm changing for next year are my hours and my appointment structure. So currently, hey, fully nailed. So currently, the way that my business is set up, I believe on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think I'm like open from 9 to, and the last appointment can be like at 6:45 or something like that. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, no, on Wednesdays it's like 9 to 5, and on Fridays and Saturdays it's 8 to 3 or something like that. And I need to go to a schedule to where I don't take more than 3 clients a day, because client number 4, my back be on fire and I just cannot survive like that anymore. Also, I don't really like when my day is really stretched and spread out. So if I have somebody at 9 in the morning and nobody else till 5 in the afternoon, all that in between time just really drives my anxiety. And, I just rather be working or be done with work for the day so that I can shift my focus to something else and not have to, jump back and forth between tasks. My hours are now, I'm only taking 3 clients a day. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to keep those as my late days, because I do have clients who, are teachers or have jobs where they don't get off till 4:30, 5 o'clock or something like that. So I'll have a 1 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, and a 5 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And before I get started on Tuesdays, I'll be able to work with mentees that are scheduled for the day, or work on by that time I'll be building, in the name of Jesus, I'll be building my online lash course. So I'll just be able to focus on different areas of my business and not just, sitting waiting is somebody booked and all of that kind of stuff. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, I will take 9, 11, and 1 p.m. So 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and then a 1 p.m. client. And then on Saturdays, my schedule will be 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and 12 p.m. So that's just 3 appointments a day. And with the price increase, it should work, to balance things out for me, and still help me be able to service my clients to the best of my ability and focus on other areas of my business, as well as not wipe my body out because I'm hunched over lashing for a gazillion hours a week. Of course, with my podcast and with YouTube, I am going to try to set myself on a schedule next year so that podcasts are rolling out regularly, as well as YouTube videos. YouTube can be really, really, really tedious, and I need to be able to focus on getting like certain content done, because I want my podcast to be for me to share advice and things like that for lash artists. And YouTube, I do want to be able to share more practical stuff, like showing how to do different stuff. That way you're getting different things from each platform. So a schedule for that is going to be in effect at some point in the new year. And with the new adjusted lash schedule, it'll give me more time to focus on those things and get content out as I want to. A big goal that I have for next year is to trademark my business name. And that's super important. The LLC is important, you need it, but trademarking covers you across all 50 states, and it's just a huge piece of solidifying everything with your business. So trademarking is on my list. I spoke about lash trainings. I'm bringing those back, and I'm bringing back the beginner lash trainings, which include what do they include? Classic, hybrid, and volume training. And you learn literally everything from my trainings. And when I say literally, I mean literally everything. And then I'll be doing like volume trainings only, or refresher courses again. So I'm bringing back some different courses that I had in the past for 2023, and I'm looking forward to that, as well as dropping some ebooks. So if you can't afford or don't want to become a mentee, don't want to take the social media marketing and branding class, which I think you would save more getting that class than buying like individual ebooks. But ebooks are going to be a thing, their goal for me for next year as well. So yeah, y'all, just making sure that I'm really on it with my business, and being able to focus on my business in all capacities, in all the areas that I'm looking to grow and, thrive. I'll have the time and the energy and prayerfully the resources that I need to do those things. One thing that has really helped me this year that I am definitely going to take into next year is my morning routine. So for about a year, God had been telling me to get up at 6 a.m. And I'm like, because that's too early. And I'm not a morning person, and you going to have to pick a better time. And he did not. So once I got back from LashCon, I yielded to that. I get up at 6 in the morning. I do a 10-minute yoga stretch, which is just some videos that I found on YouTube, y'all. Don't make it hard. I was definitely making it hard and making excuses to not do the things that I needed to do to take care of me. And so now that I've been doing that, my days are really more peaceful. I'm more awake when it's time to start servicing clients. What's up, Gary? I'm more awake when it's time to start servicing clients. I get to eat breakfast because I'm not like popping up an hour before clients are coming in. So I have time to do stuff. In the mornings, that's when I've been after I do my yoga and do my journaling and my prayer in my journals, that's when I'm able to really do the work to build my online class. And it's before, the house is awake. Outside ain't really awake. When I say outside, I mean like, people, car alarms and all just the things that are happening. So the world is still, and I'm able to focus and just really, really work how I work in a flow and in a pace that I enjoy. So I do enjoy the early morning. So yeah, that's what I'm keeping for 2023. It's really been helping me. And if you feel like you're kind of all over the place, if you feel like your business is kind of all over the place, my recommendation is to get you a routine. Set a routine. Yes, sometimes you're gonna have to deviate from it. Have I been super consistent like every morning? No, because some mornings I'm tired and I listen to my body. So we gonna get this extra sleep in. But I definitely recommend that you get some discipline. A lot of the problem be discipline, and that's a whole nother episode. But we're gonna wrap this episode up. Fully nailed. I cannot wait till you become a mentee either. I hope that it helps you grow and makes your last journey just super easy and that you flourish. So I'm gonna wrap this episode up. I just wanted to, share my heart and share my vision, my goals, my plans for 2023, and I just can't wait to see what comes of it. So y'all, this is it, and I will see y'all in the next one.